Hello and welcome to the Sports Zone. I'm your host, Charles E. Hall II. This is my co-pilot, Shaka Bradley, and today, the LA Rams and the KC Chiefs both are 5-0. Great baseball action and playoff Major League action. But first, we're going to talk about tonight's Monday Night Football game featuring your Washington Redskins as they take on the New Orleans Saints down in the Big Easy, where it should be a good one because there's a lot of dynamics going on. You got a lot of different scenarios happening. You have Adrian Peterson all day, y'all new running back. He's going back down there to a team that told him he was washed up and through. Speaking of through, you got Drew Brees going for a couple of records. He needs 201 yards to break the all-time passing yardage record. And if he has 4 touchdown passes tonight, he'll get, 500 touchdown passes. But the Skins, though, we haven't talked on camera about this. I told you via text message, I like the Skins, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I had the Skins going 10-6, 11-5, no worse than 10-6. That's coming from a non-Skin fan, but
Cowboy fan?
Just non-Skin fan. But with that being said, y'all added Adrian Peterson, best running back y'all have had in quite some time. Alex Smith, best quarterback y'all have had in quite some time. Your take on the Skins so far, and what was your projection going into the season?
I was newly back into my Redskin fan.
Oh, you never left, buddy. No. You never left. We weren't gonna let you escape. We can go back and watch some tape on that.
We took a hiatus for a couple of years, but with Alex coming in and the draft picks and definitely the running back Geis, I was kind of excited about the season. When Geis went down, Darius Geis went down, that kind of tempered a little bit of my excitement. But getting AP showed that they decided they wanted to run a little bit. I'm still not, that convinced that Spurrier 2.0 is going to stay with the run game consistently. But so far,
Spurrier 2.0.
He just likes to throw the ball all over the place. And that's what he's done.
That's true.
So, it was going to be interesting to see with Geis what he would do.
But see, Geis hasn't been proven yet. Well, Adrian Peterson, he's proven. He's automatic Hall of Fame. You bring him in, you got to be running the football. You can't do like New Orleans did last year and make him a show pony here and there.
Why not?
You got to run the ball. He can do it.
Yeah, he can do it here and there. So far they've had some success. First game, they were a dominating fashion against Arizona. Against the Colts, not so much.
Y'all abandoned to run that game, though, against them.
They kind of did, but it wasn't working as easily as it was against Arizona. So, Gruden went back to what he knew best, and that was throwing it. But in terms of this game here tonight, the Saints can be had. The Saints, I don't think, that's spectacular. You let Tampa Bay go in your house and put up all kind of numbers on you. Every game they've played so far this year.
Saints can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah, they've given up, I believe, almost over 30 points in every single game.
But the Saints been like that since they won the Super Bowl, since the bounty has been lifted off the team from Greg Williams. When he left and the bounty wasn't there, when you're no longer playing for that little side money, I guess the incentive was no longer there to tackle. But the Saints, they can't stop anybody. But with that said, can the Redskins do enough? Whenever you're on defense, you don't want to be the team when they look back on the record books and say Drew Brees got this amount of yardage on you. If the Skins win tonight and hold Brees from not getting a record, that would be a major accomplishment. They'll be talking about that on 980 tomorrow all day long if they get that.
201 yards to me is inevitable for Drew Brees. So, I wouldn't care so much about that stupid record. If they can win the game,
we is right.
You just handled Aaron Rodgers pretty well, even though he's hobbled, but he's still out there, so he can still do what he needs to do. So again, I'm not really buying the Saints that hard. He's gonna get the record. Now
it's not guaranteed. If you all run the ball, keep him off the field, and it's a matter of making the plays. You got Josh out there who's been. And in terms of playmaking, has been nowhere.
Yeah.
But Dunbar and playing, he's not making a play. I'm not saying he's playing terrible, but he hasn't made an interception in I don't know when. He's not looking like Carolina's Josh Norman. But it's possible y'all can defend him.
I'm not saying that they can't. The defensive front with
that's another thing.
With the D lineman, Ioannidis,
them dudes are balling.
And Allen, Those are the folks
dudes
that are
are
going to tell
balling.
us.
I will keep it real there.
Tell us what they could come to do tonight in terms of stopping the run. Ingram is coming back, I believe.
My frat brother playing good defense, number 54, Mason Foster. He playing good ball in that middle.
Yeah, so I mean, the defense is not a slouch. I believe they're ranked pretty highly in the league so far. If they can slow up the run, and
But again,
what's going to hurt
is to run AP and
well,
try to
yeah,
get something
on
going.
offense, you're going to want to
and just to keep Breeze off the field. I mean,
the ball
you want to run that.
Possession.
That's what you need to do, I think. And plus the way Alex Smith played against Green Bay, he played much better as he did against Indiana. I mean, he threw the ball downfield. The forward pass was an option against Indianapolis. I don't know what was going on there. They abandoned the run and they threw the ball.
That game was kind of a weird game. I don't know, what happened. Maybe they
started got the big heads.
Smelling themselves out to dominate in Arizona. But last week you saw they came out a lot better. Well, not last week against their Green Bay, and played pretty well. I mean, it's not so much you can say right now. We still trying to figure out what this team is all about.
What is your projection though? Like I said, I told you when y'all picked up AP and Alex Smith, I figured y'all would probably be no worse than 10-6. And again, it pained me to say that, but I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I really didn't have a projection because you just never know. Alex Smith has had a lot of success, but then at the same time, that none of that success pans out for him. So with Gruden being the coach, with AP, I mean, you just never know. I'm not sure. I don't think they're a bad team at all. I do think they can win the division, especially.
Okay, that's my next question.
Things are shaping up. You got the Giants, look like they're ready to implode. Probably should have sat Eli just like the coach tried to do last year before everybody chopped.
He looking that bad? We'll discuss that next segment. Interesting.
You got Dallas, they're ready to implode as well. They ready to fire the coach, or they don't know what they want to do. The O-line is not as dominant as it used to be. Nobody to throw the ball to. How they let that happen.
That may be true, but.
And the Eagles might be having this Super Bowl hangover, plus their quarterback is coming back from an injury. So they're not hitting on all cylinders either. So the division right now is up for grabs.
Y'all the headliner, y'all can take it.
And I don't even know if that means anything. That's just by default. Somebody's got to win it.
Somebody got to win it.
We'll see. Over these next couple of weeks, you got the Saints tonight. You got Carolina next week.
Well, with that being said, Saints tonight, what is your prediction?
I mean, I think the Redskins will win. The Saints.
Give me a score. Give us a score. The crowd want to know a score. Someone in TV land wants to say, give us a score.
It might be a shootout. If you let Tampa Bay go in your house and wear you out, you let somebody, I don't even know who all they played, I can't remember. But every week, somebody's putting up 30, 40 points.
You're right.
I think the Redskins are capable. They have enough weapons to do a lot of damage offensively.
Again, a score.
I don't have a score for you. I can't give you a score.
Score,
because it could be like a 27-17 type of deal.
And
I don't know if you're going to hold the Saints to that, little amount of points, or it could be 41-30.
He's duck and run, so I'll give us a score, boys and girls. Redskins 24, Saints 20. That's going to be the final score tonight. When we come back after the break, we'll discuss the rest of the NFL after a brief message.
Space technology is everywhere. Think medicine, transportation, energy, and countless products we use every day. Learn how space technology improves life here on Earth at spacecertification.org.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone, folks. Talking the NFL right now. Right now, you have two teams that are undefeated that are kind of shocking. Well, the Rams were tough last year. We kind of knew that. They went to the playoffs on their end. They won a big game yesterday against Seattle, 33-31. Jared Goff, the number one pick of a year ago, is playing phenomenal football. You all's former offensive coordinator or passing coach is out there doing his thing. Shanahan, no, not Shanahan, the other guy, McVay. Then you go on the AFC side, you've got Kansas City Chiefs with Pat Mahomes, who is doing his thing phenomenal. Looked bad yesterday. Well, it didn't look bad yesterday, but he didn't really have the big numbers yesterday. It was more the defense and more of Jayville just giving away the game, but they crushed Jayville 30-14. Out of those two teams, who are you more impressed with?
I mean, the Rams look like, they're on a nonstop course to the title.
You've always liked offense, I guess.
So, and I mean, they got a strong defense too, although two of their DBs are out. but they still, they're doing different things out there with that ball and getting it.
What's the difference they're doing and what KC is doing? Because Mahomes, just off the highlight I saw from Monday Night Football, him getting away, he like a video game out there.
I mean, yeah, Mahomes is making it happen like like mobile quarterbacks can do.
Did you see that coming in for him after them getting rid of Alex Smith? Did you see that coming, how he's playing now?
Well, I mean, they certainly had enough talk about him and hype about him, so they had to feel confident in him in order to run Smith out of there as easily as they did. To this extent, who knew? I mean, maybe they knew. I don't know. They're playing good ball too. They're exciting to watch. The Rams might be just a little bit more exciting because they seem to be able to do it to everybody. I want to see them play
somebody worthwhile.
Yeah, and I don't even know who that
I think this week coming up, KC plays New England, if I'm not mistaken. That should be a good test.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one, and probably New England's going to win that. I mean,
think so? Can New England score enough?
New England can pretty much do whatever they want to do. Unfortunately, they seem to find a way to score.
What is with them being 3-2? They were, they won 2 straight games now. That people were saying the sky was falling. They won 2 in a row. They looked good on Thursday night. Your take on New England? Just still a machine?
Yeah, I mean, they always sort of do this thing, and then everybody starts to wonder, is this the point that they're gonna fall off? And then the next thing you know, they beat somebody they beat the Dolphins, who's supposed to be the person that's gonna take over the division. Then they beat somebody else who everybody thinks is good, and next thing you know, they off to the races, being New England again.
Let's talk about
seemingly with no time.
One of your favorite players. Let's talk about one of your favorite players here. Minnesota, Kirk Cousins. They beat the Eagles. They're balling right now. That was a big win for them because the loss for them, they might have been in the dumps big time. The Eagles are struggling Super Bowl champs. What is your take on them 2 teams?
I mean, they
are they any good?
That's relative, I guess.
And we've got 5 to 4 games in. We can now tell who's good and who's not. I don't like to say that after 2 weeks. 4 games in, we got a good sample.
This is the thing about it. Everybody wants to take last year and say, okay, this team is this and this team is this. It's a year. I mean, it's from year to year. Just because they were pretty good last year, don't mean they're going to duplicate what they did last year.
That's true.
And so, different things are happening. Now, Minnesota wanted that quarterback they thought was going to put them over the hump. That remains to be seen. But by getting rid of Keenum, you disrupt a little bit of what synergy and cohesion that they had.
I think Kurt's better than Keenum.
Well, whether he's better or not is irrelevant. If you're doing like you almost went to the Super Bowl with that person, and what else can you do?
That carpet ride
what else
couldn't go so far, man. That magic carpet ride.
So then if Kurt doesn't get them back to the Super Bowl.
The way they beat New England, New Orleans last year.
If he doesn't get them to the Super Bowl, then that was a waste.
You think so?
I mean, you got to at least get further than the last guy you just discarded. Otherwise, what's the point?
Maybe they felt he couldn't get the job done when they played the NFC Championship game. Maybe he couldn't throw the ball.
Well, he's not that good.
The forward pass has to be. The forward pass for some teams.
But now you see they throwing the ball 100 times with Kirk.
Yeah.
Now everybody's complaining.
I did see last week's game, that Thursday night game with Kurt, and they lost it. Who did they play last Thursday? And I think it was the Rams they played. Yeah, it was the Rams.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah, he had a chance to pull it off, and he got hit in the back. No, he got hit.
He does what Kurt does.
Blindside hit, that's good defense.
Turn the ball over at the most crucial time.
Man, with that being said, matter of fact, I'm glad I even brought that up. We're going to switch up a little bit. Because me being a defender at heart, the NFL has lost their mind with the way they're treating these quarterbacks right now. When you can't even touch them hardly. I mean, the call yesterday on, what's the guy from Seattle, man, the maniac lineman or something. He hit someone at the ankles, Jared Goff, I think is who they played. He hit him in the leg, but he was being pushed into him. The offensive lineman pushed him into him. And when he got to his legs, you could see his arms like, I'm not even trying to take him down, And they called that flag, which was a big penalty. All the calls they've called on Clay Matthews. I mean, the league is saying they're legit calls to what they're trying to do. But the hits, what do you want? I mean, for goodness sake, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say it again. Doc says it a lot on his radio show. He might be right. In 20 years, they might be talking about with no helmets being played. Seriously, we're going to say, remember we used to have the Dickinson cage or something? Man, because the way they're going there, I understand why. But, I mean, they are really treating the quarterbacks like a pillow. Because the receivers are getting killed. Well, they're not getting killed. They should be, but they're still going through the. No one is fearful of going across the middle anymore. The days of going across the middle and even a crackback, those days, you're no longer scared of them. And I'm just saying, I had to go on a tangent, but I had to say that. That's ridiculous. It is.
It's whack. I mean, you know, on one hand, I don't want to watch a game where the other star quarterback is not playing. So I understand trying to conserve them and keep them in the game.
Forget that. That's a part of the game.
But some of these things, man, it's just football.
Look, that's football. The game is violent.
Yeah.
The game is violent.
It doesn't have to be as violent.
Look.
Like, you don't have to hit a guy in the head. You don't have to
I get that. I get that.
Or forearm somebody in the head.
I get that.
But this whole body weight falling on somebody.
You can't hit nobody with a shoulder. Matter of fact, we're going to speak on college football in a little bit. I saw a game, my Hurricanes was playing against Florida State. The DB, the free safety came, hit the receiver with the shoulder. Great hit, jarred the ball loose. On the spot, they caught an illegal hit, and they were going to throw the DB out. They looked at the tape, and he saw it hit him with his shoulder. They realized, we made a mistake. No flag, no harm, nothing. He's in the game. Play on. Great look at it. Great call. Right now, the NFL, I mean, they're not even doing that. Quarterback go down a certain way, man, flag. That's ridiculous. I mean, it is.
That's going to have to be something that they constantly review and tweet because, I mean, it looks stupid.
It's ridiculous,
You're ruining,
there's no way.
But it's causing at moments in the game because some people have lost because the flag was called. And
that Green Bay game against Minnesota, that was ridiculous.
So it's, you know,
ridiculous.
They're gonna have to, that's something they're going to have to review and tweet, and it might have to happen during the season and kind of, you know, change their focus or emphasis. Like I said, you don't need to hit somebody to the head.
No, you don't.
And you don't need to be torpedoing into somebody. The whole body weight thing falling on top of a guy, that's, you know,
that's ridiculous.
What are you supposed to do? That's stupid.
Because that's the case, the running backs can ask for that same thing.
Yeah, I mean, you know. But like I say, I don't want to watch the Rams without golf.
That's football. That's what it is. That's a part of football. That's a part of the game. When you're on defense, your goal is to take them out some kind of way.
It is.
We're not trying to hurt nobody, but you got to take them out. Your goal is not let them score. They're trying to score on you. You're trying to defend your line. That is a part of football from the beginning of time. Now, granted, as media folks, yes, we may not want to see that, but this is what it is. You know that going in. And with that being said, we're going to move on. Folks, we're going to take a brief message when we come back. We're discussing Major League Baseball. They got playoffs going on. I love the playoff baseball atmosphere. We're discussing. We'll discuss that too after this brief message.
When I lost my sight, the only thing I had was reading.
The National Library Service for the Blind and Physically Handicapped Library of Congress gives patrons the freedom to read their way. Call 1-888-NLS-READ.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone, folks. Right now, Major League Baseball is going on. Playoff baseball is happening as we speak. Cleveland is down 2-0 against Houston. Game 3 is being played right now, a 0-0 score. The Milwaukee Brewers, the Brew Boys, they've swept the Colorado Rockies 3-0. They've advanced to the National League Championship game. Who else? You have the Dodgers, who fought back. Braves on elimination were up 5-0, lost the lead, tied up at 5-5. They've pulled off a win to survive at 6-5, and now we've got Game 4 tonight. And then, of course, you've got the one the media loves, the Sox and Yanks. They play Game 3 tonight. Out of those games so far, team, what is the one that's intrigued you the most?
Since the Nationals.
The curse of Dusty. Get rid of my man, you won't win a game, won't win a pennant
Since
or
they
division title.
Decided to underachieve.
Pro-black.
I'm rooting for it. Well, and since you said that, I'm rooting for the Dodgers. They have, a POC at the helm, and Puig,
that interview was awesome.
That video kind of inspired me, so I'm rooting for them. Especially, I don't want to see the Braves win. I mean, they're in the spot that the Nationals should have been in. So, of all the teams still in it, of course, I don't want to see the Yankees or the Boston win. I don't really care about that series. So I'm rooting for the Dodgers to go all the way.
Okay.
That's what I'm putting my energy into in terms of the baseball. But I've been kind of checking out all of it because playoff baseball is
The
exciting.
Brewers were tough. I saw a couple of their games they played Colorado. They look pretty tough. I don't know how real it is.
Yeah, I mean,
but,
I watched them play the Nationals a little bit, but they had that pitcher who said that funny stuff, and everybody kind of just dismissed it. So I'm definitely not rooting for them.
True. I can dig that. While we're on it, college football right now is live and uncut. We've got 6 weeks so far of action, at least 5 or 6 weeks of football. Right now, who has impressed you the most? I know Alabama's going to be one of them, but who were you impressed with? Who are you surprised by, in your opinion? And
Well, there's no surprise because they got the same teams in the same, it's the same 3 or 4 teams.
We had some big games. Notre Dame was shot up there. They beat your Wolverines, which the Michigan team was fought back. Alabama still haven't. They've looked unstoppable. Clemson's playing well. They haven't played anybody yet.
Clemson's in trouble.
But I know they will be in trouble if they take on that team from Dade County. They'll be in trouble. That's to get that game. We're not that good. The chain game looks nice if we do that, man.
How many wins does Miami have?
How many wins?
Like 1?
No, sir. They 4-1, buddy. We lost our first game. We lost that first game.
Yeah, I don't think they
thriving dudes ever since, man.
As bad as Clemson
in Cozy Perry.
Less strong as Clemson has looked, I don't think Miami can mess with them.
Interesting.
I don't think so.
Well, by the time we get to them, we should be. I think we play them this year on the schedule. I watched Michigan up there against Maryland because I saw Maryland live the other day, and I'm thinking Maryland when they played Texas, they looked so good. I said maybe Maryland has something. After seeing that game yesterday, Maryland still's not ready. Michigan's still strong. They got a slow style pace, but it's methodical. And when they play Ohio State, that's going to be a good game. Well, this week, these next 3 games for Michigan is where it's going to be about. Wisconsin, Penn State, Ohio State. We're going to see what Michigan is about in a few weeks.
Michigan going to get housed against Ohio State.
Ohio State quarterback looks sight, though.
Yeah,
he looks the part.
He does. They disappointed me with the way they played against Penn State a little bit. That was a good game, though. But none of those teams in the Big Ten look like they're ready to contend with anything. They're going to get there because somebody has to get there in this silly playoff system that they do. But none of them look really that great.
There's no guarantee because especially if they love to slice Notre Dame. So those dudes are still winning.
Yeah, Notre Dame is up there. They playing good ball. They won some so-called good games.
West Virginia hasn't lost yet, I don't think. They even moved Texas up in the top 10 after that win over Oklahoma. I was impressed with Oklahoma for a while. They play on defense on the Big 12. That's why I know the Heisman Trophy winner from last year, his numbers were kind of inflated a bit, but it's what it is.
I'm shocked that Texas put it on Oklahoma the way that they did. I did not expect that.
Your other squad, though, Florida's playing good football. We won't let you. Hey, we on tape. We won't let you forget that. You've always liked Florida.
That's 20 years ago. Steve Spurrier, man. I stopped being a Florida fan when they tried to fake on Chris Leak, man.
Hey, man. They
tried to say Tim Tebow.
Chris Leak won the title.
That was Chris Leak's title.
Chris Leak won that title. He started that game.
Hey, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to hear that Tebow mess. So, yeah, that surprised me, even though I saw a stat before the game on the scroll. LSU had never won in Florida or something as a top 5 team or something like that.
That is interesting.
So, when I saw that, I felt it was less of a shocker as it turned out to be.
And the Canes don't play them.
You can't go in and get a win in Florida when Florida is not the Florida that we grew up on. Then I don't know what type of top 5 LSU team
it's still Florida speed. LSU, and they throttled my Canes. They look good, and also had me thinking the Canes aren't that good. LSU been playing good ball, but as the last few weeks I've been watching, and the forward pass on that team is slowly gone.
And that's unacceptable
6, 7,
for a team in the SEC, knowing for all these years quarterback has been a sore spot for that program. How can you not get a good quarterback? You had Odell Beckham there. We didn't know who this guy was.
That's true.
Because you had no one to throw him the ball.
Had Lynn Fournette there, they handed the ball to him. They said, forget the forward pass.
It's crazy to think that a team in Louisiana, LSU, SEC, you can't find a quarterback? That's absurd.
They had one. He was the number 1 pick. Let's keep it honest. He was #1 pick. Just didn't do nothing in the league.
How long ago was that?
Wasn't that long ago? What, 10 years ago maybe? Was it longer than that?
I think so.
Oh, it was either way. I mean, it's gonna be some good games coming up. I know that much. I mean, if I'm looking down this list here, you gotta be impressed with what you're seeing. I mean, Notre Dame, they beat Virginia Tech. I'm not sold on Virginia Tech this year as a good squad, but as we get closer in October, meaningful games will be played. Meaningful games, especially in that Big Ten. I know you don't like it, but I think Michigan's gonna hold on to one of those games.
Michigan is terrible. He thinks this is Stanford or the Midwest Stanford, wearing that ugly all-white uniform. They just look whack. They don't look. They don't look like.
What do you prefer Michigan to wear at home?
Wear the real uniform. Like, what are you doing? When you wearing this ugly uniform, they look slow. They look like a slow, plodding, no talent team.
3 yards in college.
And they play like it. I mean,
that's what Bo had him on. Granted, that was
and he had
60 years ago.
And he had some studs doing it. Like, I don't know who these people are on Michigan. None of these guys, are they going to the league? Like,
no Charles Woodson's out there.
Yeah, I mean, like, what is this dude doing? So, it's time for him to go.
No.
It's time for him to go. You can't even beat Ohio State.
He's winning
you can't
games.
They got him there, paying him all that money to be in the playoffs.
He's winning games. So it's not like y'all losing.
8-2, 9-1 type. Get him out of there, man.
Get out of here, he said.
It's time for him to go.
Well, let's move on to a lower level of football. I would love it, Bethune-Cookman.
Lower level?
I mean, just slightly lower level. I mean, Division I AA. That's all. I mean, Bethune-Cookman, homecoming winners over Mississippi Valley State. And Jerry Rice and that crew beat them, spanked them handily, 41-17. Cookman finally got, was that 2 in a row, I think? No, they won last week, I think. Either way, no matter what, it was great. Homecoming looked good from the videos I saw. Fun time. The band was awesome. The football team at Cookman, your take. After we've seen them on TV a few times, are you impressed with that win?
Well, I mean, I'm impressed with them to get any win with the way they've been going this year.
We have taken some L's, man. That Tennessee State game was ugly to look at. We have taken some L's.
You sitting up looking at the standings, they were like 0-4 or something, and 0-1
to
in the
lose
conference.
that Howard game, that was tough to take. Like, Howard lost.
It's a struggle right now, and I don't really understand why. But thank God for a win or two.
And maybe that was what we needed—a good homecoming spanking to get this thing going. Hopefully
they can pull something off during the class.
We're gonna need some help to get back in it, but I'm not impressed with FAMU. I saw them on TV the other day. I'm not impressed with them. No.
Yeah, I mean, FAMU is FAMU.
They're not scaring anybody at all.
How many years has it been since they lost to FAMU?
I don't know. It's been long enough. Probably about going on 10 years, probably.
Yeah, so
possibly.
But thank God for a win, man. I wish. I don't know what the issue is right now. We need to do a little bit more digging into it. But to have A&T running through the conference like they,
I wish we had an on-campus stadium, and that's what the only drawback. That would really bring in the recruits, I think, for sure. Still in there, help them out.
Then probably they shouldn't have gotten rid of the
Wide bone.
Well, no, the gentleman that they had doing a few activities that were unfavorable.
Hey, you're right.
But he had
winning. Yeah, sometimes winning cures all that, but things happen. That's what that is.
They need to figure out that formula outside of the extracurricular activity.
I agree with that. Folks, real quick, we're going to discuss some NBA. I mean, hell, preseason time, basketball will be here shortly. It's just about around the corner.
Look alive, man. You got LeBron.
I don't like that move myself. As a Laker fan,
you got LeBron.
As a Laker fan, I wanted to keep it simple. We had the young guys, Ingram, Ball, Kuzma. We had Julius Randle. That's a nice foursome. Ball at the 1, Ingram probably the 2/3, Randle and Kuz. All we had to do was add DeMarcus Cousins or somebody, a center. The young Ma would have been ready. Yet they're going to lose Randle, bring in LeBron. I like Beasley, but the dynamic has changed. Throw in Rondo. They're going to win some games, but I'm not a big fan of that. This Laker mob as I normally would be. However, I do like, if he's healthy, the Dwight Howard and the Wizards and the moves they can probably do in the East since LeBron has slid up to the West Coast side. With that being said, with the West getting mellow and Houston and Golden State still being Golden State and adding DeMarcus Cousins, who is your favorite? Is it still them or someone else out as a dark horse?
until you actually see Golden State lose, you got to pick them.
Yeah, they're going to be tough to beat regardless.
You know, Houston, they had them beat if Paul didn't get hurt. If was a, you know,
Or if anybody would hit a jump shot. You're right, Chris Paul, when he got hurt, he probably would have won.
Yeah, I mean, they might have played differently.
You got to get some guys hit a three-point shot, and they lose
100 million
hard.
three-pointers and miss everything.
You can't have dudes missing shots after shots like that. All them dudes they got, they can't hit one.
You know, I'm looking forward to seeing
Boston.
that.
Boston stacked. Kyrie's back.
I don't buy Boston, man. I think Boston a lot of hot air.
Nah, I'm not so. Boston's tough, Slim.
I think they're a lot of hot air, man. I mean,
the Wizards. Let's get to it.
Philadelphia.
Let's get
the
to
same
it right
thing.
now. Let's call the Wizards.
I'm gonna be a homer.
Are they gonna be? I am too.
I'm a homer, so I think
let's get a what's their seed gonna be?
They should be able to be a top 3 seed.
Okay, I'm with that.
You got the talent. As far as I'm concerned, you're as talented as everybody else. As Boston, as Philly, as Toronto. Their problem is mental. If they stay healthy, they have and especially with the new pieces
I'm loving the fact they added the Dwight Howard, athletic person, pick and roll, lob pass. That's going to be just deadly right there. He's going to defend the rim. He's always played good defense. Hopefully his attitude in the locker room will not be a factor. Then you say we throwing Lil Doc Rivers' son off the bench. He can be in attack mode. They say he's a little head case at times, but you know, and you got to think that the team is going to come back and with knowing that the East is up for grabs with LeBron out of there.
Yeah, you got Jeff Green.
You got to think that. And you got Jeff Green.
I mean, they have an actual professional roster. Before, they had a bunch of no-name people that you thought were okay, you were hoping they could play. But these people that they actually have now, they have some depth. They have some ability. So you got them
top 3. I do too. Who are they fighting for that top 3?
I mean, obviously, you know, I'm talking trash about Boston, but they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years in a row. So, I mean, you know, you're looking up at Boston because they're the ones.
Who's the other team? I want to hear what you got to say. Who's the other squad? Is it Toronto or is it Philly?
Those are the 2 other, as far as I'm concerned, those are the 2 other teams you're fighting for that 2 and second and third spot. I don't buy Milwaukee. I'm not buying Indiana. I'm not buying any of those teams as it relates to the talent that the Wizards have. The Wizards, to me, they have as much, if not better talent.
Are you buying Philly?
I don't really buy Philly either. Philly has 2
until they get some dudes
players.
They got 2 dynamite players. If they get somebody to shoot a jump shot.
Yeah, I mean,
man, we're gonna lay off my man until he proves it.
I mean, he showed you that in the playoffs.
If he is at that wall, I'm at this green screen back here, folks. I'm like this. Go ahead and do all you want back there. I'm gonna be waiting for him when you come to the lane.
Or pick him up, just like I say, dude, to the Greek Freak. Pick him up earlier and see what he do. Like, he can dribble. He can't dribble if somebody up his behind.
He can go past you. He can do that, but he's uncomfortable when you give him space because he's like, I need to shoot and prove I got this jump shot. He can't hit it.
Yeah, that's true. But if you're giving him that space, then he can rev up and drive into you and do what he needs to do. If you right up on him, if you pick him up from the top, that's gonna make it harder for him to play make and do what he needs to do.
That's true. I like the Wizards being at least top 3 seed too. Hopefully they can easily be maybe the 2nd seed, but it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be them in Philly. Toronto, even though they picked up some good pieces, I still think the Wizards will be better than them. They've lost by losing my man. That's a big loss to them in terms of what their heart was. He was.
Yeah, I mean, Kawhi Leonard is obviously probably a better talent, but again, there's something to be said for playing and liking and wanting to play with the people you grew with or that you want to play with. That does something.
Yeah.
You know, you can put people together that's talented, but it's different when you want to play with the people you work with and all this kind of thing.
Which probably goes to the KD Westbrook thing after a while, for all we know.
Yeah.
Either way, folks, it's been a good one. We're glad we're back. We're gonna be doing this thing on a regular basis. Get back with us. Channel 25, Channel 71, Comcast, and Verizon. My man, Shaka Bradley, myself, Charles E. Hall II. This is the Sports Zone, and we will see you next week.